If he really cares about working people being able to go about their lives free from disruption, he should join actually in legislation which is prevalent in many other countries, ensure minimum safety levels in our critical public services. We are joining countries across continental Europe in having minimum safety laws. He describes the life-saving care that people desperately need. So why, when in other countries like France, Spain, Italy and others, why is he depriving people here of that care?
The Prime Minister telling MPs today that his anti-strike bill simply joins countries like France, Italy and Spain in having minimum service levels during industrial action, something he told MPs last week.
They're present in France, in Italy, in Spain.
It was bollocks last week and it's bollocks this week. The Prime Minister wants UK workers sacked if they refuse to comply with minimum service levels during industrial action. That's not the case in France, Italy and Spain. So when the Prime Minister says this,
they're present in France, in Italy, in Spain.
He's again talking bollocks. What he's planning is dramatically different. He wants to force nurses, firefighters, teachers, rail and border staff to work against their will and allow them to be sacked if they refuse. That's not the case in France, Italy and Spain. And there are many other differences. Some countries with minimum service levels can call strikes literally overnight. In the UK, 2 weeks' notice must be given. And the minimum service legislation in France has never been deployed for transport strikes, but that's set to be the case in the UK. And that's not all. In France, minimum service levels are agreed through negotiations with trade unions. But the government's minimum service bill will allow the business secretary to decide statutory minimum service levels without negotiation with trade unions. It effectively allows the business secretary to write minimum service regulations of an unknown kind to force people to work against their will, robbing them of their democratic right to withdraw their labour and allowing them to be sacked if they refuse. It's unthinkable, unworkable and almost certainly illegal. It comes on top of his public order bill, which will treat peaceful protest like knife and gang crime, and his Bill of Rights bill, which will reduce human rights protections and government accountability. See a pattern emerging here.